Whenever I feel stressed out, not in control of my own life, there is one type of content on YouTube that I like to indulge in watching. Minimalism content. 21 things to declutter from your life. 15 things I no longer buy anymore in 2024. The crown jewel, guys, the crown jewel of minimalism content is the extreme minimalist. Oh yeah. The extreme minimalist. That is something that will guarantee to get me to click. I see somebody in that thumbnail sitting in a bare room with no furniture, the 22 items they own in the world laid out aesthetically in a grid in a knoll at their feet or something, then I have to click on it. Deep down, I kind of want to be an extreme minimalist. I know that other people click on it so that they can watch their extreme lifestyle and judge. I'm one of those people that wishes I can get through life with 22, 23, 50 items, but I can't because I live in the suburbs. So then I just watch it and live vicariously, and it calms me down for a few minutes and then back to normal life. So we live in a world where I feel like everybody's trying to sell you something nowadays, you know? I feel like TikTok has slowly evolved into QVC for Gen Z. Ooh, that rhymes. QVC for Gen Z. You guys remember QVC, you know, the home shopping network or something, where somebody's trying to sell you some bedazzled vests or some scrunchies. Like TikTok made me buy it. Somebody's trying to sell you some Stanley cups, lots of Temu products, lots of AliExpress products. There's an unlimited amount of things that somebody could sell you. And this overconsumption has led to a backlash. Another trend, the de-influencing trends, where instead of spending $90 for a tube of lipstick, this influencer is going to tell you to buy a dupe of that lipstick. Let's just buy this $9 lipstick, which is better for you, and then use my code. But now there is another trend that I feel is basically just minimalism, called by another name. And that's what we're going to talk about today. My name is Teresa, and this is Underconsumption Core. If my voice sounds weird, and, you know, a lot of people tell me what a horrible voice I have. So if it's going to get worse, because I have a lot of mucus in my throat right now. I'm like, I could just hock a loogie right now. And that's increasing my speech impediment. My vocal fry is what people say. If my voice sounds bad, I apologize. I don't apologize for the vocal fry because I can't help that. But I do apologize for... Why am I apologizing? I can't help this either. So what is Underconsumption Core? On one end of the spectrum, you have your haul videos, your shopping hauls, your very extensive night routine, your toners, your makeup removers, vitamin drops, your retinol. You do all that before you go to bed. And then Underconsumption, here's my bottle of drugstore CeraVe. That's it. Here's my bottle. This is all I use. I just use Aveeno body lotion, not just for my body, but for my face too. I use one lotion for my face and my body. Instead of seeing somebody's giant purse collection, you post a picture of your one purse that you got secondhand at a thrift store. Instead of seeing somebody's 100-pair shoe collection, you have one pair of dirty trainers that you wear for everything. Underconsumption Core is basically just minimalism. On this channel, we like to talk about fashion, but we also like to talk about trends to map out human behavior in this modern world. So right now, coexisting with each other, we have the overconsumption people, you know, the people with the massive collection of Stanley cups in all the colors of the rainbow. We have this massive beauty haul, all the concealers, all the latest lipstick, lip liner, eyeliner. There's actually a lot of stuff that goes into one's face, but then we move into like a more minimal makeup, the no makeup look, which doesn't necessarily involve you wearing a lot of makeup. It just involves you buying a lot of skincare to maintain your face. There's the overconsumption sector of people who are chronically online. And this is like a chronically online thing because how would everybody know all the things you have if you don't film it? And there's the people who like to do the opposite. My one lotion, that's my skincare. My 10 outfits, my capsule wardrobe, my 2 shoes that I own to show that you don't need all this stuff to exist happily. You don't need to contribute to overconsumption. You don't need to buy into fast fashion. You don't need to be influenced by viral products that you buy on TikTok, you know, cheap viral products that will end up in the landfill. and screw the environment again. There's the thriftiness, the emphasis on buying secondhand, the emphasis on not buying a lot of things, being intentional with what you buy. And that in many ways sedges into a luxury bent about it, because when you're buying so few items, you want to make it good. You want to make it worthwhile. Instead of buying 5 cheap t-shirts for $5 each, then you buy one very good quality t-shirt for $180. So there's definitely a luxury flex about it. I sense some virtue signaling in this. I don't know if it's intentional or subconscious. Look at that person spending all their money on useless stuff that they're going to just throw away, and it'll end up in a landfill. They're contributing to the fast fashion, exploitative labor, global warming disaster triangle. But look at me with my one t-shirt, a quality t-shirt, probably from a B Corp company that pays their workers a fair, livable wage. I'm not contributing to the fast fashion landfill. I'm not feeding this beast called capitalism. There's like this tinge of a virtue signaling, whether it's intentional or not. It's worth pointing out. It gives us food for thought. Whichever way you look at it, whether it's overconsumption, TikTok got me to buy these viral products. Underconsumption, I'm not buying a bunch of viral products. I'm just buying one product. Whether you want to call it minimalism, whether you want to call it underconsumption core, I feel like there's a performance here, a performance of frugality. So here's the paradox, is that my dad is actually a minimalist. He doesn't live in a minimalist house. He lives in a level 2 hoarder house because of my mom. His undershirts, the white undershirts that guys wear, he's still wearing the same white undershirts from the 70s. He's like, who's going to see it? I'm at home. They go under my clothes. And I'm like, it's time to replace that. Nope. If it ain't broke, I'm still going to wear it. So that, I feel, is true minimalism. But he never films himself. And the shirts are not, unfortunately, they're not aesthetic. In order to be fully accepted into the minimalist community, you have to, number one, be aesthetic. Like your things need to be aesthetic. That's why all minimalists have a Mac computer, and you have to be extreme. Now, in real life, there's a lot of people with minimalist mindset, with like frugal mindset, in that their house doesn't necessarily look aesthetic, look appealing, but they're minimalist. It's not aesthetic. It's not necessarily called minimalism. It's called frugal, or it's called cheap, or it's called poor. Do you see where I'm getting at here? In that, in order to be called a minimalist, I know this is all really dumb, but in order to be called a minimalist and to be accepted in the minimalist community, there's an aesthetics to it. You're going around lugging around a beat up old laptop from 2012. It's not even a Mac. It's like Chromebook. Oh my God, a Chromebook. You're lugging around a Chromebook and it's all beat up. It's got stickers all over it. You may be a minimalist because you haven't purchased a new device for 10 plus years, but you won't be accepted in the minimalist community because they value aesthetics. There's definitely an aesthetic expectation to minimalism. And even if these underconsumption content is just showing you a regular bottle of face lotion, looks very average, I bet you it will slowly evolve into something more aesthetic. Aesthetics matter online. Remember that there was like a video of this mom. She was just preparing a meal for her kid, dino nuggets, some carrots or something. She got so much hate for not feeding her kid nutritiously. I direct you to another type of video that gets a lot of love. Those aesthetic restocking videos where you dump all your cereal in these clear plastic containers, neatly labeled. These pantries are stocked with Gushers, with Goldfish crackers, Chips Ahoy cookies, like all the junk food, snack foods. So this mom is lauded for having a dream pantry, a fully stocked dream pantry. This mom is villainized for feeding her kids junk. They're feeding their kids exactly the same thing. She's got Goldfish crackers. She's got Goldfish crackers. The only difference is this person's doing it aesthetically. It's the performance of aesthetics. Maybe the only crime that this mother has committed is that she has dared to be actually authentic online. So speaking of the performance of minimalism, the aesthetics of minimalism, I got a story to tell you guys about the time that I got on the wrong side of a minimalist. So a few months ago, I made a video called I Regret Decluttering My DVDs. The concept is very simple. It's pretty brainless, actually. I just basically wanted to do a DVD haul. In 2016, I sold all my DVDs. I probably had like 25 to 30 DVDs. And they were DVDs. I decluttered the DVDs, not the Blu-rays. It was one part influenced by the minimalism movement, blah, 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 da, 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 da. I decided it was a mistake to get rid of my DVDs. So I've just been slowly collecting DVDs again, cheaply through estate sales, like 50 cents a DVD. It was just a simple haul video. I wanted to show you my DVDs. I love movies. In my videos about fashion history, various decades of fashion history, I interweave a lot of cinema tangents, a lot of cinema knowledge. I think I'm well versed in film. I've watched all kinds of films, international films, old movies, new movies, documentaries, whatever. And basically, it was a DVD haul video. But that video suddenly became baby viral. Like not hugely viral, but baby viral in the context of my little channel in which I talk about topics that the algorithm doesn't give a shit about. Baroque fashion history. It's not necessarily topics that anybody's searching for and anybody really wants at a given time. It's not necessarily rage bait topics. So it's just a simple movie haul. And somehow in that video, in the comments, people have made it very political. If you can imagine, they've politicized physical media versus streaming. One interesting thing that I've unlocked is this war between minimalists and anti-minimalists. I wouldn't call them maximalists. Maybe they're just collectors. They just don't get minimalism. The extremes from both sides have come together to fight, to duke it out. So the reason that video did so well, I think, is because it really caught the eye of people that hate minimalists, and it also caught the eye of minimalists who hate clutter. So judging by the unnecessary hostility and aggression of these comments from the two opposite sides, I'm just going to assume that they have not subscribed. So that gives me free reign to talk shit about them. So on one hand, there's those that are anti-minimalists. I can kind of like paint an image of what they look like. It's a guy with a goatee, or like imagine he's sitting at his desk as he's like trolling. When you look down at his floor, he has a dirty carpet. It's just full of crumbs and body hair, very dirty fingernails. That's I mean, it's not a flattering photo, but that's just what I imagine. You are such an idiot. I can't make my voice that deep. You are such an idiot to declutter your items. That Marie Kondo is a nut job. She's created a cult. You blindly follow this cult. You gotta own everything. Why are you telling us you got rid of your things? Minimalism. Is it some kind of virtue? You guys should know by now I have no virtue. And then on the other end of the spectrum, the minimalists, the judgmental minimalists, an almond mom, like pecks at you like a chicken. Nope. This is just an excuse. This is just an excuse to invite clutter into your home. You call yourself a minimalist. You know what I see? This thing and that junk behind you. It's clutter. It's a hoard. You're a hoarder. This is a hoard. You're a hoarder. I mean, I've always known that there are those who hate minimalists. I've known somebody in real life. I've decided to get rid of 3 sweaters I don't need. What are you doing? Getting rid of your sweaters. This is a cult. It's like your lifestyle choice, your new lifestyle choice of just cleaning your house, donating things that you don't need. It like threatens their lifestyle. You get rid of the word art signs in your house, and somehow it's saying that their word art sucks. Your lifestyle threatens their lifestyle. When in actuality, everybody's just free to live the way they want to live. So I've always known there are people who think minimalists are crazy, but I was not prepared for the narrow-minded judgment of some of these minimalists. Let's look at these things behind you. You're a hoarder. Because I do not fit into the performance of minimalism, because I'm not sitting in an empty room, that I'm not a minimalist. My God. And then you have like the collectors that are like, how dare you get rid of some of your movies? You're not a true collector. Going viral sucks. You meet a lot of interesting people with genuine curiosity, or just genuinely kind people, But at the same time, the algorithm puts you on the radar of people who, for lack of a better word, makes you lose faith in humanity. I guess if you're a video creator, you never know. That was a long story to say that I made a simple movie haul video. I just wanted to show my movie haul. I just wanted to show you what I like, okay? And all of a sudden it blew up in the context of my pathetic little channel, and it unlocked this war that I didn't know existed between minimalists and anti-minimalists. So the sign of compromise is to make sure that nobody is happy. Neither party is happy. So it's like in my duty to offend both of you equally. You're both annoying. In your joint hatred of me, I hope you find peace. I'm doing this for world peace here. I think you're both shit. So now that nobody's happy, it's time for me to go. If you've enjoyed this video, then please give it a thumbs up. And if you've enjoyed me, then please subscribe to my channel. Good night and good luck.